It's just one of those days. We don't wanna wake up. Everything is fine, everybody's done. You don't really know why, but you ain't justified. No human contact. If you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. Stop the cheese and bullshit. You better quit, make it slip. Stop the cheese and bullshit. You better quit talking that shit. Just one of those days. Alien freight train. It's worth one to complain. Wait for a blessing. Yeah, right, I'm a maniac. Everyone's your bad. That nigga sucked up. Just fucked up. Next one get fucked up. Best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. Stop the cheese and bullshit. You better quit. Let it slip. Stop the cheese and bullshit.
Hey, I'm Lisa Melchert with Front Row Promotions, where we do interviews and much, much more. Come join us on Facebook, Front Row Promotions Group. Don't forget to follow us on the Front Row Promotions page. Subscribe and hit that bell. Like and leave a comment. Now, we love you at Front Row Promotions. We're always honored to have you here. Without you, we have no one to interview. That's why you rule. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Madness of the Mad Shad channel on YouTube. Now, the Mad Shad,
The Mad Shed!
the Mad Shad,
The Mad Shed!
the Mad Shad channel rules. Hey, this is Lisa Melchert from Front Row Promotions, representing the Mad Shad channel on YouTube. So subscribe now to the Madness of the Mad Shad channel. He sponsors us with Front Row Promotions and people around the world. And don't you forget to subscribe to Front Row Promotions for interviews and much, much more. Hey, Lisa Melchert here. How are you all doing out there? Yes, I know it's raining. Yes, I have my sunglasses on. It's sun shining everywhere here. I don't let the rain bother me. That's just what it is. But it's sun shining all day long in my house. How you like that? Anyway, I have an amazing interview for you tonight. I have an exclusive interview. This is the first time with Door 13 with the new singer, Ashley. And I cannot wait to meet her. She is amazing, super cool. Talk to her backstage. Wait till you get to meet her. All right, and I'm going to bring them out right now. Hey, there's Ashley. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome. And there's Alec.
Hello, everybody.
And then there's Bernard. Hello.
Your
Welcome
service.
to the
Hello.
show.
Hi, thanks for having us.
But we're missing someone.
Yeah, he's still trying to log in.
Oh, okay. It just hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. I know we're missing somebody. But that's okay. We'll throw him in here in the mixture as soon as he rolls around and rolls in.
Okie dokie.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, perfect.
Speaking
time.
of Gus the Devil here.
God.
Hey there.
Ah.
Rawr. How you doing, Gus?
I am here.
That's good. That's good. Now we got the whole bang here, the whole band, the whole gang. I'm trying to
I
say
want to be where
that.
you are, Gus. Look at your backdrop.
I like that. It looks like a devilish kind of touch to it.
Yeah, I tried to get a little tricky. Didn't
There
work
we
too well,
go.
but it's all right.
So Door 13. I miss you guys. How have you been and what you been up to? I know you're just so busy out there.
Yeah, we're good. We've been super busy. Obviously, we have the amazing Ashley Keneally as part of the project now, which we're super excited about. She joined us it's been like 2 months now?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months.
Wow. Very cool.
And we had at the time that she joined up with the band, we had on our schedule to start to compete in this year's Wacken Metal Battle. And so really what we've been doing is just kind of we prepared for the first round, which we did a few weeks ago. So we spent the first 2 months, Ashley learned the songs, we rehearsed the songs, worked on the stage show. Of course, there's all the social media promoting and whatnot. Did a bunch of fun videos of some cover songs. But what was really cool is that the Wacken Metal Battle that we did was our first ever live show together as us four. And we walked away with first place.
Oh, very cool. I love that. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
that
You're
allowed us to go to the next round, which is the San Diego finals. So that's happening actually this Saturday at the Brick by Brick in San Diego.
Oh, I saw that. Very cool. Yes, absolutely. Wow, I know you guys are super excited to do that. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Ashley, you have an amazing voice.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you guys, you're the power behind it. You got the guitars and the drums and everything is going. And Ashley with that voice out there in the front. Wow. I'm just super wowed. Very cool. Very cool. So at this point, it would be okay. I want to play a song and then we'll come back and do some more talking.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's see here. We're going to play a song that you were just talking about. I think it's the Wacken Battle. There's two. I'm going to choose this one here. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. So I was going to just do a little precursor. These
yes,
are,
please do. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are from the live performance that we did at the round one Wacken battle. So I'm not sure which one you're playing, but we'll be uploading a few of these songs in preparation for this week's battle.
Oh, sweet. Very, very cool. Yeah, I can't see the name of it when it saves like that. It don't tell me the name.
Oh, no worries.
But anyhow, here it is. Door
Let's rock.
13. Yes. Ah! Awesome.
Hey!
Hey. Very cool.
That was
Round
actually
one.
that was the very, very first song she ever performed with us live, right there. That was
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very cool. All right. I'm just going down the line, and you have so many comments here. I was playing them while the song was on.
Yeah, I saw that. It's cool.
Yeah, killer vocal. You do have some killer vocals in there. Very, very
Thank
sweet.
you.
So, Ashley, tell me a little bit about your background. What, just something. Yeah, that's background. Go ahead.
Totally. I realized you started cutting out just a little bit, but just a little bit about just my background with.
Yeah, like how long, like what got you into music, and how long have you been a musician, and do you play instruments? Do you play drums or guitar or anything else?
Totally. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
first got into music through doing theater. So like a lot of my basis is through like theatrical performance, which is why like
Nice.
when I get on stage, I have a really big emphasis on like stage presence and that whole thing, because that's really a big part of who I am as a performer.
Awesome.
But I got into rock music through my parents. They were both super into metal in the 80s, so I was raised correctly. And ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be in a band. When I was 14, I joined my first band, and I was in that through high school, through community college, and that I feel like I was able to like grow a lot as a musician through that. I started teaching myself piano, so I play piano, I play a little ukulele. I tried to play guitar, and then I got to bar chords, and I gave up. So not a guitar person. I'll leave that to Alec. But yeah, so that's when I started singing a lot of rock music, was around that time. And yeah, that helped me grow a lot into who I'm becoming as a person, as a musician. And I just have a huge passion for it.
Awesome. Well, so glad you're here. So glad to hear your voice, and so glad to be with Door 13. Awesome. Congratulations.
I want to add
Yay!
something to Ashley's resume. Is
Yes.
she is also an amazing songwriter. In addition to all the other skill sets that she has. Yeah, I remember when I first found her online through what was the website? Bandmix, I think it was. So I started like stalking her on all her social medias, and, like checking out all. I mean,
Oh boy.
social media is like it's like a freaking resume. It's like you can go through there and find all kinds of cool things, right? And she had these performances where she was just playing piano and singing her own songs. I was like, oh my god! Before I even met her, before we even spoke, before she auditioned for the band, I ripped one of the songs. I took the audio out, and I actually added drums and guitar and like all these things to it and sent it to her. We hadn't even spoken yet. I'm like, I think it took her like 4 days to reply. I'm like, oh no, like she hates it. She hates me. I'll never hear from her again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I heard that. I forget which song it was, Ashley, but yeah, I heard something and I'm like, oh man, like it needs some drums, it needs some guitar, and it's got this whole vibe. So yeah, she's an amazing songwriter for sure.
Awesome. So cool. So cool. So sweet. So yeah, Alec, go ahead and tell everybody. I know I've heard your story, but a lot of people haven't heard you. So tell us a little bit about your beginning and your background and what made you become a musician.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm having trouble with my words tonight.
So for me, it started with the band Kiss as a young boy. I'm not even sure how I discovered them. Probably from my neighbors. So I had a bunch of neighbors, teenagers, and I was still, 8 years old.
Yes.
They're listening to Cheap Trick and Kiss and Zeppelin and all these crazy bands. So I got into that, and I was the kid with the album cover sitting in front of the speakers, and they had the tennis racket and the whole thing.
Awesome.
It wasn't until I was probably 15, maybe 16 years old.
Yes.
I was in high school, and the guy who sat behind me in my homeroom class was a guitar player, long hair. He's like, hey, man, do you sing? I'm like, sure. I've been singing in choir my whole life. So, yeah, sure. So I joined his band as a singer, and we actually did a battle of the bands, and we won. Like, super – like, I can't sing for crap. I mean, I guess I can, but So at that point, I got a guitar and started playing guitar all through high school. Formed a band. Played the band for a couple years outside of high school. Then I got into some original music and started doing some local touring and things. And then I got married and had 3 kids, and it all went bye-bye.
Oh,
But at that point, I had career, responsibilities, right?
exactly.
And
Yeah,
I tried to hold on to the music thing as long as I could, but eventually it just got to be too much. Because we all know being in a band is like having a second family. It's a big,
that is true.
it's a big commitment.
Yes. Yes.
So almost over 25 years. I'm kind of aging myself now. I didn't play guitar. I didn't play music. I didn't do anything. I just focused on my family and my kids and my career. Then when my kids grew up and all moved the fuck out, I got back to playing guitar again. And then about 8 years ago, my wife had an amazing job opportunity. We moved from the Bay Area to San Diego. And she's like, well, hey, she actually asked me if I wanted to retire from my job and
Wow.
get back in
Cool.
the music full time. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was a
Awesome.
horrible idea. I don't even know what she was thinking, but I did it anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I came to San Diego 8 years ago, didn't know anybody, haven't played my instrument that long, getting back into it, didn't know what the scene was like, and just started playing in cover bands, tribute bands, started meeting people, networking, getting my name out there, and then start putting projects together. And there's probably 2 or 3 failed projects until we finally got to where we are today, which I'm super, super psyched about.
That's right. That's very cool. Like a lot of times they say you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you get to the prince or princess, something like that.
Done
Until
kissing
you get
frogs.
to what you need to get to. Yeah. So, yeah, very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Bernal, how about you?
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh,
yay.
first of all, I think I gotta thank Alex's wife for unleashing this beast, and because I think this is all because of her in a way.
It
Thank you,
kind of
Lisa.
is, yeah.
You're seeing this. Thank you again. My rock and roll background is odd because I was born in a very small town in Mexico. Rock and roll is not a thing. My dad was the 12th child in his family, and he was the only one who didn't, he didn't do the farmer, way of life that all of his siblings were, engaged to.
Oh,
or something.
okay.
I don't know. Yeah. So my dad putting vinyls of Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin in this like unnoticeable place in the geography of the map in Mexico was like something very strange, odd, and just out of the normal. And
Yes.
I think that's how it started. I listened to the records that he would always play, Queen too. And then I fell in love because seeing my dad totally amazed by this music was something astonishing, because my dad's very like silent guy. He's not outgoing or extrovert, but rock and roll is like kind of his way of, some sort of freedom that he shares with me.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving forward, I started playing drums when I was 13, and I think
Nice.
it was because I watched The Unforgiven, the video of Metallica, and then I saw Lars Ulrich playing. The way he looks in that video is just, mesmerizing to me, and I in my mind, like, I want to do that, because the sound of that record, of course, is just something, masterful. But
Absolutely.
the way he looked,
yes.
it was basically that, like, crush.
Oh,
And
that's very
after
cool.
that, yeah, I think some months before that, I got, I don't know how, the Bleach cassette of Nirvana. I was, I think, in like 5th grade or something
Yeah.
in elementary school. Just blew my mind. It was just, what is this? I didn't even like relate it to what my dad was listening before.
Right.
I started when I was 13. with a guy. I actually learned how to play the drums from a guitar player, so not a drummer.
Wow, how about
He was a
that?
dentist. He was this dude that was like he put like a private school in this tiny hometown, the only school that we had since.
Yes.
And I
It sounds to
started
me
with him.
that's how you learn what not to do.
Well, yeah, yeah. And
No.
one thing that's important and maybe like cool to know is that when I was playing in Mexico with many bands after that started in my teenage years was I mean the constant was just play more soft, just
Okay.
quiet down, don't be like that loud. In Mexico, in here it's just like no, it's the other way around. You
Oh,
should be
okay.
louder. And
Yeah.
that I love. That was, yeah,
Not loud
finally.
enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So there it was softer, not so
So
loud. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's how I mean, it's linked to Nirvana and Metallica, and before that, Zeppelin and Deep Purple too, Pink Floyd for sure, because of my dad. I would sit next
Awesome.
to him watching these concerts and just like
Hmm.
completely like seeing things that seemed to me like out of this world,
Oh, and
and I
how old
love
were
it.
you?
Now I
How
want
old?
I'm the other
now I
side.
want to do a Deep Purple cover.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, yes.
And I started playing in bands in Cincinnati. I was living in Cincinnati
Okay.
for over maybe 8 years or so. I recorded some stuff, two two albums, and then like separate demos. And then I
Yes.
moved to Cali and played with like maybe two bands, one band, and the second one didn't work either. So and then I just replied to this Craigslist ad, like two or three sentences that were saying, "Hey, we need a drummer. This is a good opportunity for the right person," and a link. And I liked what I heard, and here I am. And
Awesome.
it's been a ride. It's been a ride. This band is something very special to me. And yeah,
Oh,
in a
well,
nutshell, that's how I ended up playing drums
that's
for
how you
Door
came
13.
about. Yes. Very cool. Thank you. Very cool. Okay, Gusto. How about you?
All right. I've been playing bass in bands in San Diego for many, many, many years. I actually started on saxophone in elementary school when I was about 7 or 8. And I
Mm-hmm.
only did that for 3 months because I rode the city bus and it was impossible to carry and I didn't like it. And I started playing flute because it was easier to put in my backpack. So
Yes.
literally, that's how I started playing flute. I did that for about 8 or 9 years, and then when I was in seventh grade in the school orchestra in middle school, one day this hippie bass player came in and was sitting behind me, and I'd always done air guitar and things like that growing up. But for some reason, I don't know, when he started playing, I turned around and I looked at this guy and I said, you know what, I'm going to be a lot better than you are. And I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that in my head, but that was literally like the snap moment. And then
Oh,
that winter, I worked at a Christmas tree lot over Christmas, saved up enough to buy my first bass from a pawn shop, and then just did stupid things through high school. And then ended up meeting up with some older guys about 2 months before I graduated high school. And then literally the night after I graduated high school, I had my first real show. And that's where I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Even though it was a dive bar, but there was still a lot of people yelling and screaming, and I realized that's what I wanted to do. And ever since then, I've played in jam bands, I've played in rock reggae bands, I've played in punk bands, metal bands. I'm currently have an alter ego right now playing with a lovers rock reggae artist doing reggae music. So there's just a lot of things. But
nice.
when I work on guitars as well, and I ended up having a client who needed a fill in, and that's how I ended up meeting Alec. Was filling in for this project, and we had a different our old former singer at the time as well too. And when that fell apart, that's how we kind of phased into Door 13, and then we've been through the drummer things we have, and then just going through things, and now Alec worked his butt off and found us Ashley. So it's kind of turned into this amazing thing that this has evolved into. That's I just I can't say enough about it. I love doing this with these musicians. They're awesome people as well, and it's just there's an energy that we put out that is hard to describe. When the four of us are locked in and it's going, there's something there. I don't know how to say it, but people can feel it. It's got this vibe. It's, I don't know. It's metaphysical, whatever you want to
That's
call it. It's definitely there. So.
very cool. It blends well. It sounds good. You guys are super cool and amazing. I just love.
Can we talk about how Gus is positioned perfectly over Ashley's arms in the photo?
I know. I was reading. I noticed
Oh
that.
my goodness.
I'm like, I keep staring, like, why are his arms? Those are Ashley's arms. They're like,
That's the
perfect.
second collage of the
I'm
day.
looking at.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
gonna get a picture of that. Hold tight.
Somebody screenshot
That-
this.
I'll send it to you one after the show.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
There you go. There we go.
Okay, everybody smiles so pretty.
The whole time you were talking, I'm like, all I can do is stare at your tiny arms.
And it fits perfect. I mean,
Yeah,
hello.
I was noticing that too.
Oh my goodness. I'll send that to you.
Oh, so funny.
It's the little things that just make us smile and
Yeah.
you know and have that laughter. I love that.
Well, we lost Ashley.
Ashley had to, yeah, she'll pop back in. So my next question is when let me go back. What was your first concert that you went to? And then you can answer that what's the first concert that you actually played as a band.
Oh, okay. For me, my first concert was seeing Kiss, my favorite band at the time.
Yes.
I was, I think, 10 years old. And the coolest part about my first concert was my dad went out and bought tickets and took me and my younger brother, who's 2 years younger than me, to go see Kiss. So I was like 10, he was 8 years old, and I still have the picture somewhere that my dad took with his like whatever camera he's using, but yeah, like that
is so cool.
incredible. Yeah, it was 1980.
Wow.
Maybe 80 around that time.
That was the best time. Yeah.
Yeah. My first gig was me singing, the one I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
In a band, and I was, did a little like, it was, I think we ended up on this big stage in the middle of a park. It was like a mini festival kind of a thing back then. So yeah, that was my first experience on stage, and minus the little break I had, I'm back at it again.
There you go. Awesome. Bernard. I can't say. Yeah.
I think not a concert per se. Again, Nirvana. There was like this ballroom in this city when I was born, and they would play the Nevermind record, and we would dance like in the ballroom to the music. But like seeing a rock and roll band, like American rock and roll band that you can like identify.
Yes.
Well, it took me many years. So my first rock concerts were, seeing Mexican bands, rock and roll Mexican bands, in bullfighting arenas, with this like the craziest mosh pits I've ever seen. Just teenagers,
Yes.
burning their uniforms, throwing the notebooks and the just like the backpacks. Very, very like insane scene in the 90s in Mexico. It was very, very interesting.
Very cool. Yeah.
My first gig was in a festival, and it was like a showcase of this little school that my teacher had, my private lessons teacher had, and they would. He was invited by this Institute of Art to show like what we kids were doing, and I was just playing something that I learned from notebook of drumming exercises or something. Not even like with the band, but just like kind of to show my talent, in a local, just a small venue, in the open.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, so it was kind of a very not that nothing too special, in a way like of a rock and roll show, which is like a showcase of just some kids doing like stuff in front of their parents to have this like homemade videos, and then seeing them at home and I was so shy, and
Aw.
I played so badly that time, and I still feel bad about it.
Oh,
I was
gotcha.
I was like not that good at that time. I was very nervous. It was my first time. I was very, very nervous, and I was playing
Oh,
double bass, and very, very.
yeah. Your first show normally should be a little bit like,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah. And I think
yeah.
I became more like skillful within time.
Yes.
And
Takes a lot
right
of
now, when I
practice.
play, I don't even recognize myself. I don't know. It's just I transform into something else. But back then, I was just like, you know, my dad is recording me, and it was kind of,
Oh, well, that's
yeah.
a wonderful
That was
feeling.
cute. It was cute.
Yeah,
He wa-
absolutely.
he he was when we auditioned drummers. We had 3 drummers audition in the same like 3-hour time frame,
Yes.
and it was like the second he played the first song, I was like, "This is the guy." Like
Oh,
you could feel like you could see the energy, you could feel the energy. He looked like he was having a great time. He was playing the songs as he did his best job to try to play the songs as they were recorded, which we really appreciated.
yeah.
But just his energy alone, like compared to the other guys, the other guys were great, and we knew them, and they were great drummers. But you could just tell. And then after all was said and done that day, we're all like, "Yeah, Bernal's the guy." Like we all, it was unanimous, 100%.
It's
Absolutely.
interesting that I gave you that impression because I wasn't having a good time at all because I was being rejected by I don't know how many bands in Cali by that time, and I was like, I don't care anymore. This is the last time I'm gonna do this. Maybe I'll move to LA or something because nothing's happening here. And I
It's
just went there and played, and
Oh,
then I actually remember that we were just testing the in ears, and we were just testing we were just doing like sound check, and I just like went off and played the entire song,
Yep.
and it was great. I mean,
very cool.
The
from
best things
the
usually
first
happen.
moment I noticed these guys are pros. These guys are just like for real. This is not just some random people trying to have fun on Sundays. This is something serious. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Very cool.
Best things usually happen when you least expect it.
yeah.
That's true. That's very, very true. Yes.
Hey, Ashley got her arms back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
They're
very
my
cool. I
arms
love it.
now.
Everything it's in its place.
Yes. Okay, Gus, how about you?
First real concert. Let's see. I don't. I don't know. The one that really influenced me the most, I would say, rather than one that I saw, was when I was able to see Smashing Pumpkins at a venue out here called Soma. They've had
Oh, okay.
They've had 3 different locations of this place, and the first one was real small downtown. Then it moved to like a larger warehouse midtown, and now they've got like big facility, right? So this was when they were in their middle location, and the tickets were only available for 2 days. But the local radio station called out, put them on sale. You had to call in, got tickets, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy. It was so intense, and there was so much energy in the room. The building was sweating on the inside. It was absolutely insane. And Billy Corgan threw a shoe at somebody. Like
Oh,
things were
shoot.
just, but just the power that I felt from that show, like, was something that I could never express ever again. But that
Wow.
was just
Wow.
that was the one that probably had the biggest impact on me. Was just seeing them in a close environment with maybe
Yes.
300 people, and
Oh,
it was just amazing. But
that is
my first gig too was the one I was mentioned earlier. Was the day after high school. It was a little dumpy
Yeah.
little bar called the Texas Tea House, and you could maybe fit 20 people in there. But gosh darn it, if each 11 of those people weren't cheering and screaming after that first song, wow, that was it. That's all it took.
that's nice.
That's
That
all it took.
energy.
And I was like, yep, I'm doing this. Yep, nope, no, yep,
Oh,
that's
that's so cool. Yes, that energy you feel. Gotta love that. Absolutely. Ashley, how about you?
I think I missed the question, but
Yeah,
it
she was gone.
like first like concert that made an impact in first gig?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. I know that I was taken to a lot of country concerts before I really remember, so I'm not gonna count it because I don't really remember it. But like the first, I don't know, show that really made an impact. I went to me and my dad went together. We saw the S&M2 show, the Metallica show with the symphony when I was in high school. And I think
Awesome.
about it all the time. Because I'm a big, like, I just love the sound of like symphonic metal and that whole genre. So to like hear Metallica and these songs I'd been hearing my whole life with the San Francisco Symphony was just insane, and just like the wall of sound. We were in like the back, as far back as you can go, but just still getting hit with that sound. I think about it maybe every day.
Oh, wow. I know that had to be an amazing
That's cool.
feeling. Yes.
And then the first like gig I played with a band was with my first band. We played at our middle school. So we were like a bunch of 13-year-olds playing Kiss for a bunch of other 13-year-olds. So it was just a cute little, like, it was the first.
Wait, you were playing Kiss?
Yeah, we were playing Rock and Roll All Night was our first, that was the first song I ever played with the band.
It's timeless. I'm telling you, it's timeless.
Oh yeah. We had, I think, 3 or maybe 4 songs at that point. We did Rock and Roll All Night, I Love Rock and Roll, One Way or Another, and Seven Nation Army.
Nice.
Nice. Very cool. Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Just a little
Very
after
good.
school. Yeah.
That's very cool. That has to be amazing, like amazing feeling to do that. And that's when you get your start and you get very comfortable being on stage and getting out there.
Totally. The first one, I just like stood on my mic stand and I didn't move, and it took so much like convincing of everyone to be like, you can move around. And then once that clicked, it just.
That's funny you mentioned
You
that.
were, like, all over.
My first moves that I ever had for years was my left foot planted and my right foot would go forward and it would go backwards, and like that was
Playing Twister, I see.
eventually I learned to use both legs on stage, but you know.
Yeah, he actually has this. He does the same move now. He just bobs his head a little bit more than he used to.
Oh, okay. Just like, Well, I'm going to go to the board. It's filling up. Mad Shad saying some things here. And
Mad Shad he's okay. I'm going to go back, and he wants to know what's going on with your goatee, Gus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In the videos, it looks like it's white and then brown. Like it's got like a very distinct line right to the middle. I'm not sure if that's what he means.
That's just natural. It is what it is. I wish I had a definition for that, but
it's al natural.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome.
Somebody wants to know where Ashley's from.
I'm from like east of the Bay Area. And I moved down to San Diego a couple of years ago for school, and right now I'm finishing up my degree at UCSD.
Awesome. Very cool.
And she'll be graduating next month.
Yes. Nice. Yay. Very cool. Very cool.
That's when we're going to put her to some real work.
There you go.
You're going easy on me right now.
Yeah, I'm biting my tongue every day.
No, watch out. Rebel Heart Entertainment. Any chance you'll be visiting the East Coast? Coming down.
We would love to. You know, that's always in the future. You know, right now our biggest goal is just getting through this Bakken Festival, because if we end up winning, we end up, you know, that'll pretty much cover us through July. You know, and then we really want to get back in the studio with Ashley and get some new material done. And I think that's going to probably be one of our biggest focuses. But yeah, obviously we definitely want to make our way east for sure.
Absolutely. That's very cool. There's some nice venues down here. I can shoot you some information after the show, and I'll let you know some places.
If we, as Gus mentioned, if we continue to win the Bakken battle, the national finals are actually in New Jersey.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sounds good.
A place called Dingbats, I think it's called Dingbats.
I've heard of Dingbats, yes.
Yeah, but that's in late June. So if we make it that far, that's where the nationals are going to be. So we may be on the East Coast. You know, it's but we'll have to see how things progress.
It's just 2 more hours down to Baltimore.
Or 2 hours for you to get up to New Jersey.
Either way, I see what
Come see us play.
very true. Very true. I see that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. We gotta make it happen.
Yes.
All right.
Most definitely.
Not
Oh,
Shad.
you know what, Shad? God damn it. So we did an interview with Shad. I mean, it was around the time we interviewed with you the first time, I think. He reached
Yeah.
out to me about doing an interview just a couple weeks ago. I let him know, hey, give us until the end of June, because of Ashley's schedule right now. It's hard to schedule anything. We actually, Shad, just so you know, Lisa reached out to us almost immediately and scheduled this. So there was no way Ashley could have gotten out of this one.
I saw it and I said, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but when Ashley gets to graduate and gets her, living situation, everything kind of dialed in, then we're gonna hit the ground running. So as Gus mentioned, if we keep progressing with the Vakken thing, that will continue to be the focus. But really, our backup plan is, if it doesn't happen, we're fine with that, because we know we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of new songs that we have that Ashley is gonna start working on. So we're excited about that. But you never know, if we place in Vakken and get to go to Jersey and ultimately Germany, that just may be our focus for the next couple months.
Wow. I know Germany's a very popular, hot place to be. I know a lot of my friends are headed there. I have Mickey Licks, I have Kobe Reese, and it must be really cool. I am German, so I should go there one day.
Go to Vakken. I follow Mickey. Is it Mickey Licks?
Mickey Licks, yes.
Yeah. So the band he plays in,
Holy Mother.
Oh my God, Mike. I met Mike Torelli, and we shot this shit for like an hour at NAMM this last year. He's an amazing guy and an amazing singer. Just incredible.
Very, very cool. I know what you're saying there, and I'm a big fan, huge fan of Mickey Licks. You'll see that all over the place. I'm posting everywhere, and you guys, and I'm like, here's the thing. Whatever you have, whatever music you have, you just throw it on Front Row Promotions, and I'll get it out there. Boom. I'm a big fan of
as soon as we start
promoting
getting to the writing process. You
Yes,
will.
absolutely. So talk a little bit about that, the writing process. Do you all collaborate? Ashley, you do a lot of writing. So do you all write, or how does that work?
Well, we haven't written any music yet together as a band. Just because we have the Vakken thing right away. So it was nice to have something to focus on, and knowing that Ashley still had one last semester for college, and that she would be busy with school, and then her theater production that she's in, or the 7 she's in. It seems like she's in so many, it's crazy.
You know what's funny? Sorry. You know what's funny? Gus had his first show after graduation night, and Ashley's playing this Vakken thing again. I mean, the second round, the night she has her last show in college. So it's kind of the history is kind of repeating itself.
Oh, okay. I see. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I just was thinking of that. Sorry.
Yeah. You know what, Bernal, you've talked enough. Much stuff.
Poor Bernal.
No, I'm sorry. No, I give Bernal shit a lot. I love Bernal.
That's good, and I'm glad you all get along as a team, as a family. I mean, you have to when you get out there and you do what you have to do, and you all gotta. It's not good if you fight on stage. I mean, people see that and feel that, and it's not good. So it's always good to get out there and do your thing.
Speaking of being on stage, so yes. We all knew how amazing Ashley's was vocally, and yes. I've seen some. If you go to her socials, you'll see her doing her theater productions and some live stuff. But man, it wasn't until after we did the show, we got first place, and I started watching videos people were posting and seeing the things that she was doing on stage that I didn't notice because I was busy playing. I'm like, who the hell is that person on stage? She was just like in the moments, it's a 25-minute set, and she was balls out, from start to finish. And it was really something, and I was really super impressed and very pleased at the same time.
There you go. She has an amazing voice. I'm like, I'm taken. I'm taken by it.
It's hard to find musicians that kind of have it all, you know.
Exactly. Mhm.
You know, an amazing musician, but then like an incredible stage presence, and they understand the
Exactly.
importance of performing, you know, and being a performer the second you can. So obviously with all of
Well, you can't teach somebody how to not have stage fright, you know what I mean, or to learn how to rehearse, you know. So the fact that she
That's
already
true.
knew how to do these things and how to prepare, that was incredible. That's a huge plus for us, you know.
That's good. That's good. That was my next question. So, is there a certain thing that you do before you go out on stage? Is there a certain routine exercise or something that you all do? And do you get in a huddle and all talk like, "Yay, we're gonna do this!" Ah!
That's a
To
good
get
question.
the energy rolling.
Good question, considering we've only had one gig.
Well, from now on, we're going to get the biggest, messiest bowl of nachos.
One gig.
And
What do you do?
We haven't we haven't yet created those before gig rituals yet. So
Gotcha.
next time we talk to you, we'll see if something has morphed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I saw her
let's see,
painting
dude.
her nails.
Pre-gig.
If that counts, I don't know.
You saw what?
Painting her
What'd
nails,
you say?
or
Oh
she
yeah, you
was
paint your
painting her
nails.
or whatever
They
you
chip
see.
real quickly, so if I just do them that day at the gig, then
Yeah,
It's like 1, 2, 3.
I warm up. Alec usually is just upset and happy at the same time. And Gus is like pushing buttons and taking like props out of his like magical hat. And, I think
Okay.
that's what we have so far as ritual. That's and we take some selfies. That's it.
Yeah.
Gotta
I think
have
we
selfies. You just
we
got
just like to be like, loose. It's that this particular show, it's a lot of pressure because you only have 15 minutes for the band before you to get off stage, and then you have to get on stage, get everything set up, do a quick line check, and then be ready. So you're not eating into your own time or somebody else's time. It's all part of the judging process, like how much time you can, which I think is kind of ridiculous, but I get it. You want the show to, there are 6 bands playing. You want the show to move.
Yeah, you got to be on, do your thing, do it good, go off. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I want to play this next video, and it's of Ashley's voice, Evanescence. I mean, we're talking, wow. And yeah, here we go, Ashley. All right, door 13. Yes, here it is.
These wounds won't seem to heal. This pain is just
I love that.
That was the first time
Ashley.
the first time I've seen that video.
Wow.
Yeah, me too.
I got goosebumps, man. That was crazy.
Amazing,
Yep.
isn't
That
it?
was posted by
That's-
Ashley's mom.
Yeah,
Wow.
probably. Yeah, I was like, wait, I've seen this video. I didn't know that was online.
What were you
Aw.
thinking, Gus? What were you thinking there? Because we see Ashley and we see you like all of, just tripping or something. What's in your head? Just curious.
Oh,
That is amazing.
Who are you asking, Bernal?
Gus.
Oh,
Because he's the one, the first part. You
Oh,
can see Ashley and then you can see him just like,
I was just enjoying it, man. Taking it all in.
You're getting it in, getting the groove in. Oh yeah. I mean that is good feel good music. And when you get the goosebumps that stand up and it's like you know that stuff is good. Yeah.
it's what happens with this
Wow.
singer.
So
Lisa. Yeah, it's what happens.
Say that again?
When you have it's what happens with this singer that we have now. She's just
awesome.
the auditions. She creates that.
That's awesome. That
magic.
energy,
That's cool.
that wow energy. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Love it. Yes. Mwah.
thank you.
So what venue would you like to play? I know you want to play all of them, but if you had like maybe one just to pick that you would say the wow venue, what would that venue be?
I'll go first, I guess. I would
Yes.
say probably Madison Square Garden. Like,
Yes,
that's
there you go.
No, like I made its venue. Well, maybe not I made it, but like that would be cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Mount Fuji in Japan.
Next, no? Japan.
I saw-
Okay.
I-
Very
I,
cool.
I saw Perfect Circle playing there in a video, and I was man, I would
Nice.
love to be there playing music, dude.
That would be cool.
Oh, they're very good. Yes. Ashley or Gus, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Whoever.
Ashley, go ahead.
Blah, blah,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Whoever.
Okay, all right. I want to say I'd say Red Rocks in Colorado. Just
Yeah.
the view from the stage, looking out at the rocks and the people up against all that natural background. That's where I want to play there.
I've heard that one before. I've never seen it, but I've heard about it. Yes.
It's so beautiful, especially the
is.
shots
It's cool.
from the stage, looking up at the crowd and seeing all the rocks behind everybody is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's just like it's like wedged in between these two rock faces. Like in this
Yeah,
room.
I had to look it up, so I wanted to see it for myself, and I did at one time when I think maybe you guys talked about it before, and I'm like, I have to see what that looked like, and it's beautiful. It is really, really nice.
Yep.
Very cool. Ashley.
I'm just gonna steal that too. Like to play there would be awesome. Red Rocks.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
do a different one. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good.
Very, very, very cool.
Any of those. Someplace other than the brick.
Oh, you don't like the brick? What's the brick?
No, the brick is great. It's really like it's kind of like a metal mecca for San Diego. I know most of the people who go there. It's just like a great, hang out with your friends, see some cool music. But it does have one of those issues where that's like where every band plays, which is cool. But
Yeah.
then if you're really a band trying to do something with your music or with your whatever, it's like you're just playing in front of your friends, which is great. But you want to start developing new fans and get new people into your music and sell merch, because you can only sell so much merch to your friends, before they kind
Absolutely.
of have everything and like, okay, well, we're not making any money, we're not
Right.
in front of anybody new. But that's
Gotta
just my experience, because last year I played there a bunch with my other bands. So
Absolutely. Speaking about merch, where can we get merch? I couldn't find it, so you got to let me know, because I have to have. And look, I do have my Door 13 shirt.
well, yes, you do.
Yes, I
Nice.
do. I came
Okay.
prepared. You just
All right,
can't see it in my full screen there.
Looks like it's fitting snug.
Well, we do have some
Yeah,
stuff
I need
available.
to get another one. Yeah.
We do have some
So
stuff
I see-
available on an online source. It's called Direct App. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's direct.app. and we have a little store on there, and we've got a bunch of different t-shirt designs, different colors. Some of our the artwork for our songs are on t-shirts. So we also have some
Yes.
different hats in there. But yeah, it's direct.app, and then just look up Door 13, go to our store, and you can pretty much buy anything you want there.
All
We got a
right.
lot
I'm
of stuff
gonna
on
go.
there.
Yeah,
That's good.
we haven't been doing a lot of promoting of those sorts of things yet. So that's once everybody's kind of 100% into what we're doing, then we'll start really focusing in on some things like that.
Okay. All right.
We got that. And we actually got some new merch. We got some new T-shirts with our now new and improved red logo versus the
I
old
saw
green
the red.
logo.
I like the red. Yes.
Yep. So we'll be debuting that at the show this weekend.
Awesome. Awesome. So excited. Wish I could be there, but a little too far for me to travel. Yes. But maybe when you're in New Jersey, maybe it'll happen there. So
Yes.
we have
Perfect.
another question. Yes. And Rebel Heart Entertainment, Teresa says, who is Ashley's main influence?
Amy Lee, big influence for me. I was trying to figure out a song to sing for an event at school, and I just couldn't find something that I that was really like sticking for me. And it was my dad that was like, "Hey, you should look into Evanescence. Like, I think you might kind of sound like her a little bit."
You
And
do.
I did. I
Yes.
listened to the Fallen album that day, and I just fell in love with it. And I still to this day like Amy Lee is so my biggest influence, and also like Lizzie Hale, Haley Williams, like a lot of that, like the female fronted singers of all.
Absolutely. I can hear those, those voices in you. Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome. So cool, so cool. Very, very cool. So we're getting close down to the wire. So I have a few of my main questions that I like to ask always. And we'll go around the table, of course. What do you like most about being a musician?
For me, it's 2 words: being creative.
I like that. Very, very good. Yes.
It's not only just the music anymore these days, which kind of sucks, but because of all the various platforms and things we have to use, like you can be creative in a lot of different ways. Doing content and videos, and posting things and music, and doing the covers, and just it's being creative. That's
Yes.
the most fun for me. That's
And I
where
love
it all
the
starts.
I love the videos that you've had made, and the videos that I'm sure you're going to make, and the other videos. They're just super cool. I love watching videos. I mean, we had that back then in MTV, and MTV is now miscellaneous TV. And I think if you want to watch videos, it's on YouTube now. So yeah. Yeah, somebody needs to shake up that MTV and put music back on it like it's supposed to.
The good news is you have access to any video you want at any time during the day. You don't have to wait for somebody to play it for you like we used to.
That is true. Very true. You got that. Yes. Bernal?
That when I play, I'm just in the present, and I don't know anything else. I'm not thinking in the past or the future or who I am even. I'm just like whole. I'm just complete. Nothing's missing. And it's so energizing because in Spanish, drum kit, the word for it's battery, or like
Battery.
it actually charged me. Though it's so tiring to play drums, I end up like fully energized, and that's I think I empty it myself, and I can be in the present, and I'm just like at the end, I'm full of energy, like new energy, and to be able to spread that, with my bandmates or an audience, it's a blessing.
Awesome.
Yeah, and but at the same time, it is this other part of helping the band to the best of your abilities to move on and do all this other fun stuff, videos, interviewing. It's also cool. But
Absolutely.
if you say musician, I'm just like picturing myself playing the drums. That's the most important part for me. At least.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Who wants to go next?
I could go.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yes.
I feel like for me, whenever I play music, it just takes me to a whole other place. And like just the feeling of playing music, it just, you feel it everywhere. And it kind of like what Renal was saying, it's like you're very present. You're very just like, that's what's happening in the moment, and that sharing that with other people and creating that with other people. I feel like music creates the best connection between people that like just words itself can't really do.
Absolutely. It's the best connection. And like when you go out to a show, everybody is loving everybody. You're in a good spirit. You're in a good feeling, and it's just a wonderful time, and everybody's taking pictures, and it's just wonderful. It's a good atmosphere. Music does a
We need to
lot.
put that on a T-shirt. Music connects like words never will.
Yeah, I like that. That's very cool. It's a good slogan. I love it. Very, very cool. That should be into a song somewhere.
Yeah, I'll write that down.
There you go. There you go.
Already on it.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. I love you guys. You're so cool. So if there's just one word, this is like near my last question. I think it is one word that describes you as a musician.
I think you missed Gus for the first question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gus. I got too excited. I was excitable. I'm sorry, Gus. Go ahead. I'll start with you on the next question.
Okay.
All right.
For me, the best part about playing music, it's that being a bass player is kind of unique because it's pretty much up to you to make the crowd move. And depending on the style of the music, the bass can either push ahead of the beat, can pull back behind the beat, can go around the beat, you can make the crowd pretty much do whatever you want depending on how you're moving. And the bass is also the glue between the other instruments. Like it really brings everything all together. So to be part of that and to be that person, and then to just see people happy when I'm doing what I'm doing is smiles. There's nothing better than that. And obviously having the opportunity to do it in front of kids and seeing kids just overjoyed, like that's the best. To see kids love music is there's nothing better than that.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to give a shout out to Nico, who just joined us. He's a big supporter of ours here in San Diego.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for joining,
Thank
Nick.
you for the support.
Thank you, Nick. Yes. Very, very cool. Yes. So we'll start with Gus there, since I'm so sorry I left you out on the last one.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so we'll start with you on this first round. Yes. So what one word describes you as a musician? If you can just pick one word.
Oof. It's almost better for everybody else to ask everybody else what they would say about me instead of me saying that about myself. I guess energetic. I mean, that's a good way to put it. I try to put everything into every note. I try to make every note big. You know what I mean? That's every note has to be big. So that's kind of, I guess, energetic. I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
I like it. Yes. And who wants to go next?
What was the question again, Lisa?
If it's one word that describes you, just one word, as a musician.
Persistent.
Yeah, very good.
Awesome.
I'd say
My
so.
God, the way he says it is so scary.
Persistent.
I'm directing that to all three of my band members.
Persistent. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Bernal.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe lightning.
I like that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah.
Lightning strength.
Lightning strength. Nice. Very good. Ashley?
Oh man, I had the most amount of time to think about it too. Oh man.
And she's at school. Maybe it feels like a test, but it's not
It
actually.
does. It does. I'd say maybe grounded.
Grounded.
Like in what I try to do and bring forward. I try to do it in a way that's, I don't know, founded. It's I don't know if that is the right word for it, but
That sounds good. I get it. Yeah, I fully get you. And Rebel Heart Entertainment says, good night, everyone. Best of luck, Door 13, on the new music and all
you.
future endeavors.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You.
Absolutely. So where, if you want to plug your socials, and then I have one more question.
Okay, so Door 13, everything. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on the YouTubes. We're Bandcamp, SoundCloud, all the major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, all those. Our music is there. We have a link tree to access all that. I mean, we have everything, all the typical stuff. So
Okay.
find us, follow us, like us, subscribe to us.
Mhm.
You know, just listen to our music, go share it with your friends, drop it on your playlists.
Yes.
You know, and enjoy it. You know, that's big for us in any band. You know, the more often something gets streamed on a playlist or wherever is a huge help to us. So we thank everybody. Yeah, everybody who's done that, and any new fans that come in. You know, we're super communicative too. So if you hit us up, message us on Instagram or Facebook, we always respond. You know, we love talking to our fans. So. Yeah. Yep. Find us, like us. Yep. We are friends. We have no friends.
There you go.
Also, I've got to duck out here because I'm running a little late for call time. But thank you so much for having us.
Yep.
Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. You're welcome. Yeah. Yes,
all right, Ash.
We're ending.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, Ashley. Take care. All right. Just one more question. What advice would you give to people just starting out in the music world and what you do?
I will use the same word I use to describe myself. Be persistent. Right. If it's something that you really want, be persistent. The other thing I would say is, if this is something you really want, you want to be a musician full time, you want to be an artist, then treat it like a job. Right.
There you go.
Even if it's not your job, it's not the way you make a living. If you want to make a living doing it, treat it like that.
Yep.
That's the only way you're going to be successful.
That's true.
If you don't, if you're spending 40 hours a week on your job and you're spending 2 hours a week on your music, think about that. It's not really a job, then, is it? Yeah.
Nope. All right. Who's next?
All right, that got way too serious. Have fun.
And have fun with it. Yes.
Yeah,
there you go.
Don't screw around, but have fun at the same time.
All right.
I would tell any upcoming musician, if you're new, to not be intimidated by people that are better than you. Always try to play with as many people as possible that are better than you, because you can always learn something from them. Yep. Even if it feels like that they're way ahead of you and your abilities are not there. Oh, yeah. That's not the point. You just need to absorb these things and take it all in, because everyone does something that might be advantageous to you, or it may not. But it's best to play with as many people as possible, and always try to play with somebody better than you if you can.
That's good. Yes, wow. Absolutely. You can learn something. Some kind of techniques that you didn't know you had, but like, oh, let me try it this way. And there you go.
Or even absolutely. Just seeing confidence, you know what I mean? Seeing a person that is very confident with their instrument, that can help you feel more confident about yourself. You know what I mean? Things like that. It's just don't be intimidated.
Yes. I like that. Wow. I like that.
How can I follow up on that? That's just, you just said it all.
You can say ditto.
Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Believe in yourself, in the way you play. It's unique. I think
I like that.
What Gusto was saying, it's very important. because comparisons are always there when you're a musician and when you're younger and when you're just like starting and you think that what you do is not like spectacular as the other, as they compared with other musician. But if you do it with heart and if you believe in yourself, you have something to give that's unique.
Yep.
And that helps a lot. Even nowadays I see drummers that I mean they're so great, and they give that to the audience that I can't give to the audience.
Yep.
It's like their role, but I can give something else that's completely different.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be more or less, but just different. And when you play mean it, that's because you see musicians playing and they don't seem like they look like they're thinking of something else, and they're not there. And
Yes.
the instrument is it's an extension of yourself, and then it's not getting too far. It's just like because you're not there playing it, your like soul is somewhere else. So believe in yourself. What you do is unique, and mean it when you play it. As Gus said, every note, just mean it, as if it's the last one. Just mean it,
There
make
you
it
go.
sound good. Even if it's a simple beat, it can if you can make people groove or bob their heads, you win. I remember this bit of Dave Grohl is playing a Ringo Starr beat, and I think is the simplest song on the drums. You say yes, I say no. You say hi. Blah blah
Oh
blah.
yeah, I remember that one.
And then Dave Grohl is just like hitting the floor. Tum, tum, tum.
Yes.
And then he says, if you can make people dance with that, you're a badass.
Yes.
But even that simple hit, it's totally different if you mean it when you play it and if you don't mean it when you play it.
There you go.
Or the most complex
Absolutely.
song is the same. So I guess just to be there and play with your heart, and that after doing all of Alex said, of course.
Absolutely. give it your all. Yes. Play it
After you
louder.
do your
Go
homework,
home.
just
Yeah. There you go. All right. Any shout outs you'd like to shout out to anyone, or anything you want to say?
I'm gonna shout out to my bandmates, because without them I couldn't do any of this. So
Exactly.
thank you guys.
Oh.
And Ashley, who's busy.
bro. Aye, Captain.
Exactly. 100%, man.
All right, I gotta get going, guys. I'm a little bit late myself.
me
for
too,
the
me
next
too.
thing, but Lisa, thank you so much for having us. It was a
You're
pleasure.
welcome.
And
Thank
hopefully
you,
we'll
Lisa.
have some new music soon, and we'll come back on and
Absolutely.
can show everybody all the awesome stuff we got happening.
You're
I
a very
would love it.
touchy host. You make these questions, and you just take us to our like deepest thoughts and ideas, and that's cool because it's
Aw.
a
Well, thank you.
it's such
All right, guys, I gotta
go.
go. I'll see you later. Thanks again, Lisa. Bye-bye.
Bye, Alec. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah, gotta get going too. Thanks,
Oh.
Lisa.
All
You're
right,
Bye.
Lisa.
welcome.
Everybody.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. That was so much fun.
You're
We'll see
welcome.
you next time.
Thank
Bye.
you. Next time. Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. All right. That was amazing. They were super cool and they're wonderful, wonderful musicians. Cannot wait to hear their new music as well. So, all right. So I will let everybody go. Always remember to support live music, music in the making, music everywhere. Thank you, Lisa Melchert with Front Row Promotions. Bye now.